Paul and Marie. We are a UK reselling couple based in Southampton in Hampshire.
And today's video is based on our third lot that we got from a recent auction. So should we start?
Let's start.
This is lot 405 and it was 6 trays of TY Beanie Babies. Now we were divided with this lot, weren't we? You weren't that fussed and I really wanted it.
No, I didn't think there was a
lot of money in it.
Yeah.
And for some reason I
in the
wanted
past
it.
you've proven me wrong. So.
Yeah. So I was hoping that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
So we paid £100. With the auction fees, it took it to £130. Now it's worth pointing out that we didn't. This isn't the price we started at, was it?
No.
I think you're going to flash up a picture here, aren't you?
Of the
actual auction lot.
Yeah.
I think we started out. Normally, we have a process where we look at things and think, okay, if we were to get them from a boot sale, we would pay £1. We must be able to make money on them. But when we looked at the solds, we realised that we would not make money on them if we bought them for £1. So we started off at a bid where they would be 49p each. But once we got bidding, we went up to 69p each. So that's what these have actually cost us. So another thing to bear in mind when you're buying anything from auction is take the description with a pinch of salt, because this one said that over 200. And that was sort of what we based part of our...
Yeah, I mean, we assumed that obviously that the person who put the lot into the auction
probably said it's over 200.
There's over 200 here, and
yeah,
that's what they put in the title.
We're not moaning about the auction lot. It's
you just have to, you know, we did a rough count.
Yeah, the products are there for you to count if you want to count. And we always, on a volume lot like this, we always do count. But it's not easy to count when you've got 6 trays. So we thought there'd be roughly about 150.
Yeah.
But it turned out there was 180 TY Beanie Babies, and there were 6 ceramic spice jars, which we're also going to flash up here, because they sold yesterday, so that was quite nice. So if we tackle those first, hun, they went up for and sold for full price at $24.99. So we put the set together. So that was one listing. Now the rest of the items, as we said in a previous video, because of the volume and because of the amount they sell for and sold, we knew already that we would be bundling them together.
Yeah.
So the process we had when they arrived into the building is Emily came down the stairs very excited, all these soft toys, and we sat down and we grouped everything into as many groups as possible, bearing in mind that we were looking at selling between 4 and 5 in a set. That's what we were comfortable with. So, just to give you an example, this is one of the sets.
You get it twisted.
And you see them.
Slightly. It's not.
So this is how we were intending to sell each set. Now we've gone through every single item. They all have on their bottom. They all have a little tag, and it normally gives the name of the product and the year that it was made. So I've checked 180 of these bears, and what we've essentially found out is that some are worth more than others.
Yeah.
So even though we may have started, this for example may have been a group of 5, but if one of them was worth more than the other, then we've taken that out and leaves a group of 4, and we'll sell the single one on its own because it's worth more money.
Yeah.
So that's how we've tackled the whole process. Now the way we work is, because we've had issues in the past with bringing stuff. I work in the living room. And what tends to happen is we go to the auction, we fill up the car, it's all over the floor because we've unloaded it, I want to have a look.
Yeah.
So what we do now is we work from tray boxes that we get from the auction. So this is what we call a tray box. Ooh.
They're what are they? Fruit boxes or something like that? That would have, but it would have had something, but they're quite handy to work from.
So what happens is I load up a tray box, and then that gets taken into the living room. I work from it. When it's drafted, it goes back into the tray box, and then at the end of the day, that tray box goes somewhere else. That's how we're trying to live our lives, aren't we?
Bury it somewhere else.
With a tidy floor. So that's our process. So I've put together some of the ones that we've had that might be of interest to you. I'll just tell them the price of that one. That one was the eggs. Yeah. I've got some little little notes as well this week, hun. So this set, as I say, we've checked the solds. I'm averaging around about the £5 mark per one. So this set is going up for £19.99, and they are all called eggs, but they're different years. So that's why we've grouped those together. We've got some here. These are a flower themed set. and they are going up for $29.99. Now, some ranges are rarer than others, and that's what we found with this one, is that they've got more value to them, so they will be going up for the 4 for $29.99. Then we have this set here called Decade. These are all from our daughter's year of birth, 2002.
2002, yeah.
And these will be going up for $22.99. Again, another set of 4. Quite like these ones, hun, because they've all got little ties on. These were called Pops, also from 2002. And they are going up for $19.99. We've got different...
Yeah, you've got me... some of that way.
Some of that way, yeah. I thought I'd
turn
change it
it
up.
around. Yeah, change it up a bit, yeah. Catch me out.
Yeah.
Turn that one.
So then we have a set of 3. Now the Christmas seasonal ones tend to go for a bit more money. So this set of 3, we've got a reindeer and a couple of others. They are going up for $19.99 for 3. Then we have these ones. They're called lefty and righty. So one is an elephant, one is a horse or a donkey. Who knows? When I look at solds, no one seemed to know, so I'll put horse or donkey just to cover myself. Now, what year is that, my love?
Oh.
There's 2 different ones. We've got a 2004 set.
2000.
Okay, so they're up for $22.99. And the ones, you see the difference in pattern? Quite a clever tie. They make them, obviously they're collectible items, so they change them every year. And people collect them, so they go for quite good money. This set is also up for $22.99. Elephant and a horse/donkey. Now, what we also had, we had about 5 sets of this style of thing, where it was what's called a Beanie Buddy, which is the bigger item. But we also had the smaller ones. So what I've done is all the ones where I could match them up, I have matched them up. But what I did realise is that the Beanie Buddies don't go for quite as much money as the Beanie Babies. So together, this set is only going to be up for $16.99. That was called Ariel. So that covers, if I go like that, my love, you can have that, and I'll work on the next lot. Now, one thing we did notice is that some items go for good money. So let's have a look, I've got them in here. A beanie cat. So the cats tend to hold their value quite well. That's going up for $12.99.
Oh, hang on.
Grey cat. Then we've got a fancy cat.
Ooh, is that what you called it?
Which is also up for $12.
That's
what it's called. Yes,
fancy
called fancy.
Cat. Oh, okay.
So that's going up for $12.99.
I thought that was your word, in there.
And 95% of what we had had the tag and the tag protector. So what we've done, some of them had what I'm calling sun damage tag protectors, because a lot of these are 20 years old.
Yeah.
So the sun, I don't know if it's the sun, but something's made some of them go a bit yellowy with the plastic.
Yeah, that's it.
So we always make a note of any defects in the listing. And also some have missing tag protectors, so we mention that as well. So let's do this one first, hun. 4 cats. Let's have a look. So is that 2004?
It is.
Yes, so the cats can hold their value a bit more, so they're going up for $24.99. And then we'll do the other cats, shall we? So these are a little bit more money. I think these are $29.99, so rarer cats perhaps.
Ooh, yeah, got some.
It's a bag of cats. So then we've got these fellas called Sherbet. Now there's 5 in this bag, and they are going up for $24.99.
Oh, 5.
So 5 are each. But some people do like collecting sets, so
yeah,
keeping our fingers crossed. And then we've got this one here called Kringle. Again, seasonal ones tend to do quite well. I don't know how well they do in March, but there you go.
Yeah.
We're going to put it up for $12.99 and keep our fingers crossed. Now, our 2 standout ones, really. We have a Princess Diana bear, which we are putting up for $19.99. Bearing in mind that these have all cost about 69p each.
Yeah.
So there's quite good profit on that. And then we have this one. Now I think these are what they call Asia Pacific. I think this set here These are flower. They're all flower themed, but they're from different places. And this set is worth quite a lot of money on solds. So this set is going up for $59.99.
Just turn it over.
So we're not going to show you every single set because just to give you an idea.
Yeah, there's quite a lot, isn't there?
Yes, we had 5 trays, and they've all been done in the same sort of process that you see there. But just to give you an idea, we had 21 sets that are being put up for $19.99.
Yeah,
and that is basically averaging about £5 each bear. When you look at solds, that's sort of what they're going for. Obviously, we'll be open after a certain amount of time.
Of course. We're always open to offers, and
obviously
ones that stick about, you tend to drop the price a little bit. And
and if they were in sets of 3s, they would be roughly going up for about $16.99. So we had 14 sets of 3s as well, just to give you a bit of an idea. So let's talk through our process. So as we said earlier, whenever we buy anything, I think we said this on the other video. When we buy anything from an auction, we do list it out. I'll just show you my scruffy listings. Basically, because you have a list that you can then work to. So, for example, the auction was not Monday, but the previous Monday. And once you've got a list, you've got your prices, you know how much each item has cost. You can then go back to your list. So, for example, looking at all the prices, that's not just been done in one hit. That's been done over a series of 3 or 4 days. So, by having a list, you can go back to it and refer to it. And now I'm in the process of listing, drafting the items, aren't I?
Yeah,
so now, because you've got to think about how you're going to put them in the warehouse. It's our garage, isn't it? We call it warehouse. We're being grand. It's a garage.
It's not
but once it leaves me and it goes to Paul for photography and everything, you need to know what set is what. So every set is just given a number. So it'll be set 1, set 2, set 3, for example. So I can then write on my list set 17, set 14. And then, for example, if Paul gets 2 bags and they've both got set 15 on because I've made a mistake, he can then come to me and go, right, can we see what this is? So it's always a good idea to have a list of everything. Because you never know when you're going to refer to it, and you've always got it. And as I say, we've been working on this lot for a couple of weeks now, dribs and drabs of time. But it's always good for tax purposes as well to have a list, especially if you're. Doesn't matter so much for the auction lots because we get an invoice, don't we?
You do get an invoice,
which we'll put into our accounts.
Yeah.
But say, for example, we bought these at a boot sale. What we would do is list them out.
Yeah.
And then, because at a boot sale you'd pay cash. So we would come home straight away. The first thing I would do would be to write a list because you want to remember the prices. And I'm older, it'd be gone by the following day. So you write a list down, and then you know what you can put into your accounts because obviously you've got to keep an eye on things like that. So it's always important to write stuff down because you never know when you're going to need to refer to it or go back to it.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's head to the best bit now then of the video and let's go do the figures, shall we? Surprise them with the figures. So this lot was lot 5. No, it wasn't. Lot 405. I got ahead of myself. It's the excitement of doing the figures.
Yeah, I know, that's it.
So as we said earlier, the lot cost £100 with 30% fees, so it come to £130. That covered 186 items and it worked out at 0.69p per item. We didn't have any breakages or anything like that, so we are being able to sell everything.
That's it.
So these 6 ceramic jars went into one listing and they've sold for $24.99.
Yeah.
So that left us with 62 listings. So in total, Hun, what is our total listing value?
Well, the total, this has surprised me, but the total listing value for all of these bears, £1,233.37.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
It does sound good.
But, we've got to sell them, haven't we, before we can get
getting
that back. So, now we do our best case scenario, and now we've got that figure, we can work out what all our costs are.
Yeah.
So, on eBay, these are in a category that are 11.9%. So, what's that?
That comes to 146.77.
And then we've had to put on the 20% VAT.
Yeah, it's 176.13.
And so now with the order transaction fee, so that is based on 62 items, 62 listings, shall I say.
So £22.32.
So now we're ready to calculate our total eBay fees.
Is £198.45.
And that is for all of the listings, all the 62 listings.
Yeah, so that is the eBay fee,
yep.
transaction fee,
yep.
plus
and
VAT.
The VAT. Yeah. So now we can move on to our postage. So this is the postage for 62 listings.
And that will come to £244.90.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
It is, isn't it, for postage?
So now we can get our total costs / fees. So this is eBay plus postage fees.
£443.35.
Is that £1,200 not sounding so good now, is it?
It's not.
You know a chunk's coming out of there in a minute.
That's it.
So we take one from the other, leaves us 700. Oh, that's me.
No, what? I'm sorry.
No. Do you know what I've done? I've forgotten about the auction cost fees.
She's just trying to make me look like a wally here by giving me the wrong figures.
It's me. My apologies. I've forgotten that it's not just about that, is it? We've paid for the item
No,
yet.
we haven't paid for it yet. No.
So sorry about that. If we can now rewind time and go back. So we've got the eBay fees, the postage fees, brings us to £790 and 2p. And now we're going to minus the auction cost, which were £130. So now what do you have?
And I can join back in now.
I was trying to get all the glory for myself.
No, you were, weren't you? £660 and 2p.
So that is the best case scenario. So if everything we have sells for full price, which is really unlikely.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if it did, wouldn't it?
It
would be nice, because then I could really...
Doesn't always work that way, unfortunately.
rub your nose.
I know, you could, yeah.
So now we need to look at the worst case scenario, which is the more realistic case. So we've got them up for full price, and over time people make us offers. We have a sale because we haven't made so much money one month. We need to have a sale to get more money in. So now we are dropping it by 30%.
Yeah. So this is our very worst case.
So what do we start off with?
So the worst case would be 863.36.
Okay, so because we've done all the 11%, we would do it again, 11%, 20% and the transaction fee. So what would our total eBay fees be?
So the eBay fees, £145.61.
Okay, now the postage fees are going to be the same, aren't they? Because it's the same amount of listings. So now if we look at the total fees and postage...
It's just confusing me with the information.
Shortcutting again.
Yeah, I know. So fees and postage combined comes to £390.51.
Okay, so now if we take that away from the £863.36 that we started with...
That gives us £472.85.
Now I'm going to remember this time to take off the auction costs. Did I write it down though? Yes, I did. So what does that leave us?
That leaves us £342.85.
So that is the worst case scenario. So that is hopefully the least we would get back from this auction lot.
That's it.
So just to recap, we're hoping... So that's the key word there, isn't it? We're hoping to get between £660 and 2p and £342 and 85p for this lot. So not too bad return, considering we paid £130.
No, it's a good return. Yeah.
I mean, I'm being a bit smug, but really, we haven't sold anything yet.
So we'll see.
In a year's time, we're still out. You could be going, I told you we shouldn't have got those.
Yeah, I know. So we'll see.
But it's always we always like to talk about the time, and the reason Paul wasn't so keen on this is because he knew it was going to be quite a lot of time, and it has been a lot of time.
You just you allocate all the time that the whole process going through it, and you think, well, they're not really.
The thing is, you don't know if any of the bears are going to be worth anything, so you can't just group them together and go, oh, I'll just ask £20, because what if one's worth £500? You don't know, so you have to look at every single one. Yeah. Which does take time, but I did spread it over a few days. But in total, the hours for this particular lot equate to about 12 hours. So it has been quite time consuming. But it's something different for our store, isn't it? So we do like collections of things. The reason I like a collection is because it's so easy to list. You list one, and all I'm really doing is changing the year and the names, list it again, and then so it's quite a simple process. I know when we do these videos, we look at it all as a job lot, That's how we deal with it, isn't it?
It is.
But just to give you a rough idea, if people are interested in it singularly, I won't go all through it, but I have worked out the worst case and best case scenario on a particular set.
Yeah.
So if you just grab one of those sets of formula.
Set of 4.
So
there's one of these.
Just in
that's
case.
a set of 5. I can't count.
Just in case anyone is interested.
There's a set of 4.
So if we looked at just a random set that we're putting up for $19.99, the cost of the set for the auction would have been £2.76. So with the fees, it would have been £2.49. The postage would be around about $3.95-ish.
Yeah, around about
so
that,
you're looking at getting profit of about £10.79 on that set if you sold it for full price.
Yeah.
The set, if we had it for a while, say around Christmas time, we thought, we've had this, let's reduce it. If we reduced it by 30%, it would start out at $13.99. So your fees would be $1.64, your postage would be the same, $3.95, and the profit would be about £5.64.
Yeah.
So you can sort of see on a $19.99 set, your profit's going to be between £5.64 and £10.79. Just to give you an indication, if you would see any of these out and about and thought, well, I'll group 4 together, what would I actually get?
Yeah, so it's really, when you're out and about, it's thinking about the worst case scenario in your head. You know what I mean? What's the least you would get back? And then obviously if you do have one which is worth a bit, then it's a massive bonus.
It is. We were quite lucky with the Princess Diana one being worth £20 on its own.
Yeah.
But the one thing to mention is that you are up with a lot of competition. I had no problem finding any of these. There are hundreds of them online. So, whether they'll sell quickly or not, I don't know.
You never know.
You never know.
That's the thing.
So I think that pretty much rounds up our third auction lot. We're still going though.
Yeah,
we've still got two more to show you.
Two more. So what? Yeah.
We've got the one with the wicker basket with the oars.
That's right. Yeah.
The random lot, and we've also got a very small box of costume jewellery to show you. So what we're going to do, because they're both quite small lots.
Yeah.
We on Sunday's show, our weekly roundup.
Weekly roundup.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Number 6. Look at us go. We'll show you both lots in one hit. Now, I've purposely chosen to do this lot first, where it shows that we're doing all right, because I don't know, a little bit, about the other two. I haven't looked into them yet, but when you get that feeling that I'm not going to be quite so smug about the next two. But who knows? You don't know, do you, until you look. I haven't looked at any of the prices for the next two lots. I'll be doing that later today, so yeah, you never know.
You never know, yeah.
So, what can we say? But thank you very much for your support. Thank you for watching us.
Yes, thank you very much.
We hope you've learned something about these TY Beanie Babies.
I know we've been throwing lots and lots of figures out here. I hope it wasn't too quick.
Or too boring.
Or too boring. That's it,
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. And if you liked our content,
please like and subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to receive notification for any future videos.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.